You're listening to a Mash Those Buttons podcast. Visit mashthosebuttons.com for a full podcast schedule.
Cargo secured. Extraction complete. Intelligence System Analytic Computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online. Data scanned. Downloading files.
What's up, guys? You're listening to episode 58 of SITREP Radio, giving you the news and other happenings in the world of The Division. This week we finally start to get some news on what will actually be coming in year 2 of The Division with update 1.7. But first, my name's Mike, and joining me are my co-hosts, Robert.
Hello.
And Luke.
Hello.
Hi guys, what have we been up to this week? Let's go first.
I will. I was supposed to raid on Tuesday, but it didn't happen. On Destiny, that is. I just thought I'd chuck that in there. Been doing a lot of Division. I've been on Division a lot on PC. Managed to do some incursions. A lot of legendaries. I was in the DZ as well, because I was trying to get to level 30, so I can buy some mods.
Awesome. Seeing as you're over on PC, I heard you made a new friend this week.
Oh yeah, I did, yeah.
So if you haven't already checked it out, make sure you go over and check out the latest episode of Bombshell Jackets, as our good friend Rempensy had to join the show for an episode this week. So that was really good fun, wasn't it, guys?
That was fun, yeah, I enjoyed that.
And Rob made a new friend out of it as well, so win-win. But yeah, we've been playing Division. I think I managed to get one night of Overwatch in, but because it's been the bank holiday weekend over here, I've been pretty quiet for gaming time. I'm still playing Zelda on the Switch. I know, Luke, you had a pretty good week. You were feeling pretty good a couple of days ago, weren't you?
Yeah. So somebody I work with decided it would be a brilliant idea to have their wedding on Tuesday. So I had half the day off work and got stupendously drunk, but then had to go into work yesterday. So, yeah.
Are you still recovering?
No, I'm fine today. I was just really super hungover and tired yesterday. So,
and sweaty.
I was not on tip-top form, and I haven't turned the PlayStation on for a couple of days, so I'm having withdrawal symptoms at the moment. So,
it shakes.
But yeah, it was real good fun over on Bombshell Jackets, so definitely go check it out. And finally, before we head into news, we had a winner of last week's Speed Challenge, aka the hashtag SpeedRep. Who was the winner? Yeah. Who was the winner, Luke?
The winner yet again was Shadow Darker. It'll come as a surprise to nobody who's taken part in our speed challenges recently, because that guy is a force of nature when it comes to these things.
Speed challenge.
A beast! But he very kindly donated the prize, which is a limited edition SITREP Radio mug, to Orange Users. And with a little help from a random number generating website, the eventual winner of that prize was Cal4K.
Awesome. Congratulations, man.
Shout out to both of those guys. Yeah, there will be another one soon. We're not sure if it's going to be a speed challenge or just an activity challenge, but we'll release the juicy deets on that in due course.
Yeah, just quickly before we move on, what was the very brief rundown of that speed challenge this week? Or last week, should I say?
It was World Tier 5 hard mode of scrambling for the mission, Russian consulate.
Ah, nice. And it was done, was it under 7 minutes he managed to get it down to in the end?
Yeah, 6 minutes 59 he managed to do. The next closest was 7:46, so he absolutely smashed it this week.
Damn. That man is on
I couldn't even get anywhere near 10 minutes. I was rubbish at this one.
Bloody
He
hell.
always seems to do it a minute and a half faster than I do. I don't know how the hell he does it.
Yeah, you had a pretty good run on it as well, didn't you, Rob? Anyway, let's get down to this week's news.
State of the game.
Well, State of the Game was today, and it was definitely all about update 1.7, guys, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, we kind of thought with all the hype for anybody that has been following the Division on socials, Reddit, pretty much, and on YouTube's, following the ETF members like Taylor or Riley and RX and Binary George, they were kind of building hype as they were slowly what's the word? Letting out information for what is to come with update 1.7, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But unfortunately, yes, we did guess wrong. And we guessed wrong over on Bombshell Jackets, thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be it's rumored tomorrow. It's gonna be dropping. They're gonna drop a bombshell. No pun intended. But yeah, fell. Well done, guys.
It was like the shortest state of the game I can ever remember as well. It was like 8 minutes, I think, wasn't it? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I had a half day at work and I was like in chat expecting something juicy to happen.
An hour's worth of we're getting this and getting this.
Yeah.
But not to worry. I wasn't underwhelmed because I had the chance to check out the actual Division podcast run by Hamish, and he had Yannick and Petter on. And fortunately, they kind of recapped how the ETF went and how productive it actually was. And they pretty much stated on that podcast that we'd get news over the next few weeks. And I think Hamish said he was starting to put together the actual. I'm guessing it's going to be like a special report, hopefully, that they're going to put out, which would be kind of cool.
Did they hint on it like coinciding with the new improved state of the game? Because he said that today on stream, like he's been working on the new format. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
And I'm not sure. He didn't say. I know nothing was really mentioned about that. That was the first time I heard about that on the state of the game.
Okay.
Itself today, but yeah. I wasn't let down. I'll put it that way.
Well, it was always also good to see Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe. Welcome back, dude.
Gabe and his legs.
Yeah. Stay of the Gabe.
And I'm going to say, don't put on pants.
Yeah.
Because he got called out in chat.
Yeah.
No, you do you, Gabe.
Yeah, you do you. But yeah, unfortunately, Yannick may miss out on the announcement of update 1.7 when it gets revealed. But we might actually see some other team members, Skype in or something. So we might see Terry and Keith from Redstorm. Luke, I know you're going away for a couple of weeks soon, so we might have to get you to Skype in as well. But we'll see. He's like, nah.
Good luck telling my girlfriend I've got to take my laptop and all my fucking recording gear over to Dominican Republic.
Hi guys, I'm on the beach. What's happening?
Yeah. Jared will have to edit out all the breeze.
The breeze. Well, he's put it with Rob's fridge for like a year, so I'm sure it'd be fine.
True story.
But yeah, what we did actually find out was through Eric's, Binary, and Taylor, as they all sat down this week to record like a podcast on what is actually coming, or part of what is actually coming with update 1.7, which is the seasons and feats. And it's kind of like more details with regards to that. So, Rob, can you give us a bit more information of like what they kind of went over?
Yes, I can. Seasons is no longer called seasons. It's called global events. And this will happen. It will occur once a month and last for about a week. They're a bit like it can vary. It's basically a global modifier that applies to all PV content. So, it's going to make things more fun, I guess.
Do we reckon we're going to get like modifiers from Underground? Because we've already like suggested some of this already, haven't we?
Well, the PV modifiers do apply to Underground. I know they said that, which is cool.
Well, not that, but with regards to like, obviously they pretty much said that all these modifiers are going to be open world now. So anything in the LZ, I think, what was it? Apart from PvP survival,
any survival
and any survival
stuff.
Oh, it is any survival now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. But yeah, they're gonna have modifiers from that. So it's just funny we kind of discussed that and the fact like ages ago as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they're pulling them out and putting them into missions. I think we talked about that with Dave as well, Deep Fried Dave. I remember, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Rob.
Yeah. So during the event, you can add specific activity modifiers to add a more challenge, or you can add a group modifier, which obviously will make it harder for a group. And obviously, if you add more modifiers like the underground, you'll get more rewards, I guess. During the global events, there's a new stat item that we talked about on Bombshell. We guessed it would be a watch, didn't we?
Well,
Is that what we talked about?
yeah, you guys guessed it would be a watch.
Yeah.
I know Remy said it was going to be a watch.
You thought it was going to be a cod piece, didn't you?
Tactical cod piece, please.
And I've been racking my... Well, after we talked about it, I was like... Because I couldn't think of anything. And I'd been racking my brains. And I generally can't think of anything else they could do. But like when they first said stat item, that didn't... Like something like that didn't pop into my head. I don't know why. It was weird. What?
I was going to say, what do you guys think about the additional stat item? Because obviously this is like the first time we're hearing about this. We kind of guessed before that we'd have... What is it they call it in... it's kind of like a Nightfall, isn't it? The playlists.
Yeah.
Is that right? But it's like a load of Nightfalls in a playlist, I guess. But the actual global event's giving you a stat item that's going to be able to help build your... I guess develop your build further. Yeah, build your build further.
If you build it.
How do you guys feel about that?
It depends on, like, I don't know, because if it is like a watch or something like that, it just like when Destiny added artifacts, that's just added to your stats. So it's along those lines, I guess. And it didn't really make that much difference because everyone had one. So it was kind of balanced.
I was going to say, the only thing with Destiny is like it doesn't really rely on those things. It's more weapon based, isn't it? If you know what I mean. Yeah. I know you can have like faster cooldowns, slightly faster cooldowns with like, depending on what gear you're running with, intellect and things like that. But it's nowhere as crazy and diverse as like the Division. But I can't see it being something as silly like you're going to be able to collect more div tech with this artifact. Though that would be a pretty cool thing to have in the game. You know what I mean? Yeah,
like more XP for kills and stuff.
Yeah.
My next question would be, is there going to be an exotic version of said stat item? Because if there is, then people are just going to be running that and nothing else.
Yeah. What's the chances it's going to change like the color of the watch as well? That'd be kind of cool. So you could have like a green. Oh man, you get like a green glow instead.
An Apple Watch.
You'd love that.
Or like a diamond encrusted bling watch that's the size of your face. You also be able to get a new type of vanity item from these global events, which will be cool.
Yeah, hopefully there's... I mean, these are separate from what they've actually got at the vendors, aren't they? So might see some pretty cool things. Maybe we'll see the rabbit onesie that was rumored back a few months ago.
Yeah,
you never know.
I didn't hear about that, but yeah. Next we have feats, or now is known as commendations, which is achievements that you get from doing certain activities. And I'm guessing doing certain activities over and over again. That's like gives you an incentive to grind. These commendations will reward you with. There's a point system, isn't there, with like an overall score, which I think you get certain items at a certain reward. Like I think there's tiers of rewards. And you get vanity items, so you get bragging rights of certain things and all that jazz. And they did also say in that podcast that there's loads of these, which is quite cool.
So more than 10 confirmed.
Yeah. And they'll force you to play a different way.
How do you feel about these? I know we talked about them before and we were kind of like, it could be good. I don't know, we spoke about it on Bombshell Jackets, but like kind of thinking about it, this really reminds me of the record book that you get from Destiny.
Yeah.
And the dog tags that you. I think this feels like it's more than the dog tags that you get from Battlefield, any of the Battlefield games, but it feels more like the record book, if that makes sense, from Destiny itself. So it'd be kind of interesting if they do that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because you get like different rewards for completing one page and stuff like that. So they could do it similarly, but yeah, it sounds like a good way to make PvE a little bit more exciting. I mean, the idea we came up with, what was it? Remy came up with putting leaderboards against this to make it even more competitive would be cool. Whether that happens or not is.
Yeah, you can never have enough leaderboards in a game like this because, there's so much that you could cover, isn't there? Which would have been one of the things we talk about on IFM this week. But unfortunately, Luke will not be joining us for the rest of the podcast because...
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties. So he will be back next week, but... I think his, if you want to hear more of his thoughts, definitely check out Bombshell Jackets. But I think he's on board with these, the same we are. And I think we're looking forward to, both global events and commendations. And the fact that, it's not all the content that has been announced. So, well, it literally isn't all the content that's been announced so
it's
far.
Half of it.
Yeah, it's half of it. I'll get my words out eventually.
Yeah,
sorry.
God's sake.
It's just keeping expectations till everything gets announced, I guess. Look at this. Look at this week, for example. It's like all the hype building up, and it's like, So yeah. I was kind of expecting a huge reveal stream today, but I mean, thinking about it, they might wait till after E3.
I keep expecting them to do like publicity like Destiny does and like Bungie does, and they don't.
They might do.
They don't do it like that. So it's they have their own way of doing it. Like you haven't really mastered the hype train just yet, but it's getting there, I guess.
We spoke about it on Bombshell. Like, what they did this week did work. It did for me anyway. Listening to like Taylor, Binary, and Aries talk about it, and you see like a couple of ETF members posting on Reddit, especially Joker Unique was putting stuff out, and it was kind of like, oh, awesome! Like they sound kind of cool, and we're going to get more revealed. Downside, we just have to be patient.
That's what I mean. I was expecting like a recap of all the information that has been revealed, and then maybe a little bit more. Like, do you know what I mean? And then they could add to it from there. I don't know.
I know like certain people listening are going to be laughing because they know what's actually happening in 1.7, and it's all speculation at this point from us. But
no, I know.
You know, do you?
Yeah. Of course I do.
What's your guesstimation?
I'm not telling you.
Oh. He's behind the curtain. He's not letting me pass. But yeah, it's I really do. I said it on Bombshell. Like I hope we see, what you said, some publicity for the game at E3 because it shows they've got Ubisoft. I know the guys at Massive and Redstorm and Reflections all have a lot of love for the game. I want to see like Ubisoft kind of give them a little space, even if it's like just a trailer for 1.7, and that could be what they're waiting for. It's 10th. It kicks off next week, so it's that next weekend, as far as I know. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. What else we got to talk about? And yeah, so basically that really wasn't part of today's State of the Game. State of the Game was really talking about update 1.6.1, which dropped last week, and with Yannick and Hamish being at the ETF last week in Newcastle, they were unable to kind of acknowledge some of the issues that actually popped up when that patch went live. And we pretty much I'll go over a couple of them very quick. And I hope I'm guessing a lot of these are going to be fixed pretty quick, but it's nice for them to actually point out that these are known issues, and they're more than willing to let everybody know as well. So update 1.61 issues so far. There's still bugs and issues after the update. So currently confirmed issues are the intense talent can still set you on fire. That will apparently be fixed. Exotic caches will now drop from legendary missions. Apparently there was a bug where they didn't drop before. Did you hear about that, Rob?
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times. Happened to myself.
You've done legendaries and not had one drop at all?
Yeah. It's a painful experience.
I was going to say, I think that's the worst out of all of them today. Rapid is still not working properly. Skill haste is working, but apparently it's just reducing the effect of your healing.
Yeah, I know about that anyway. It was on Reddit.
Yeah, there's quite a few things on Reddit. I think somebody was putting together like a list of 50, but I think that's just like overall of the lifespan of the game.
Yeah.
Grade stagger is still quite big, isn't it?
No, it's that is what it is. And on the legendary missions, when you're against certain enemies, you kind of get knocked out of cover before the grenade hits you.
Yeah. And
that they've kind of half fixed that, because sometimes it doesn't do it and sometimes it does. I noticed that when I'm doing legendaries this week. Like, it'll happen occasionally now, but it's better than it was.
Cool. And there's still a few issues with revibes. So defibrillator is currently not working every single time. I think we've had this a few times when we've
never
been
worked
running.
properly, that thing.
Yeah, Falcon's lost when we did that with Foxy the other week, because I swear I was running defibrillator and it just wasn't getting anybody up. But yeah.
And they reminded everyone to record with a video any bugs that you catch and send the video in, and make sure you video before and after so they can realize what's happening.
Yeah, I think the other thing to remember as well is as awesome as people in the community like Matt Schotter is, I think he's like getting tweets like 24/7 with bugs and issues with the game, which is absolutely fine, but like that guy's got to live and have some space as well. So make sure you put them over on the official Ubisoft forums, and if you have a video for it, put it on YouTube or wherever and upload it. And you can still tag the community members in it, but just don't go shouting and screaming if they haven't replied to you. They probably have seen it. They're just trying to get on with some other issues in the game, I guess. This week's IFM, we will be giving it a miss, as it was Luke's turn. So you've got another week to think about your idea, Luke.
Well, maybe we can record it another later date, and we can just put up as a YouTube video rather than being on the podcast. Sound like a good idea?
We'll see what happens with that. If not, it'll be in next week's podcast.
Cool.
Either way, IFM will be back next week. That being the case, I think, short stream today, a little bit of news, some tidbits there for what's to come, and the road to update 1.7 has begun, hasn't it, Rob?
Yes.
Excitement is starting to build. Just don't kill it, please. You're doing so well. Keep going. You're doing a good job. Right, where can listeners find us, Rob?
You can find us at SITREP Radio on Twitter and Facebook. Send us questions and feedback to the show to the email address sitrepradiopod@gmail.com, or tweet us with the hashtag TeamSitRep, as we are all affiliated with that hashtag. You can find the podcast on the following platforms: iTunes and Apple Podcasts on iOS devices.
God, I've missed that.
Google Play Music, SoundCloud, Overcast, Stitcher, Player FM, Pocket Casts, RSS feeds, and while you're there, hit the subscribe button and give us a review if you like us.
Yeah. We've had a few awesome reviews, so thank you very much for those, and keep them coming. Please make sure to check out Mash Those Buttons over on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and make sure you check out some of the other podcasts that are part of the Mash Those Buttons family. Huge shout out to Sean Winder over on the Division Elites Facebook group. He's allowed us to start posting our podcast over there, and he's a really nice dude. And we had a nice conversation this week, and managed to turn around on a couple of things. So
Awesome.
that was pretty cool.
And don't forget, you can always check out the episodes on YouTube. And there may or may not be an IFM this week.
Yeah, we'll have to see, I guess. That being the case, thank you for listening. And we'll catch you in the Dark Zone. I'm definitely going in the Dark Zone now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.